is 125, heat number 2. 259 is James Stewart, your winner last week in Houston. Steve Lamson, number 6 out there. Ryan Clark and Ryan Mills, Cameron, you pointed out he looked very fast in practice.
He did. He actually had the second fastest lap times. He said he was in a funk last week, but he's going to have to get out of his funk if he wants to battle down with this man, the 259, James Stewart.
Number 304 is Brad Ripple, and he qualified not only for 125 but 250, but the 30 board is sideways. We're set to go racing. This is heat number 2.
Looks like, it was the hole shot master to the outside. Looked like Kelly Smith on the 33 bike, but James Stewart launching through that rhythm section. You see him lift that front tire to get over that obstacle. Wants to get out front and go. Steve Lamson checks in at second place, but it's James Stewart blitzing through that first set of whoop section, and watch 259 go. We talk about tying the record of Jeremy McGrath, and that is so important. And whoa, look at him flying through the whoops. Lamson also charging, and Lammy racing back a long time ago on the 125s and doing battle fourth place last week. Unbelievable performance. I think he surprised quite a few people. There is 188. That is Davy Millsaps, and here's the story. Last week, Millsaps was 4 hours short of being 16 for Houston. He was unable to ride in the first round, but here he is tonight, currently running in third place. So give the youngster some credit, Cameron. He was not having a good practice session yesterday here in Minneapolis, but it looks like he's worked out the kinks. Also, having a little bit of a suspect time in day qualifying because he didn't race the first race. He's outside the top 10 of the points. He has to ride day qualifiers. He led for quite a bit, got in a battle with Josh Hansen. He made a mistake trying to close the door. In a corner, he couldn't do a triple. Got past, ended up crashing. So quite an eventful first race. But this true first race in front of the fans on the television. He's looking great right now, pulling up on Steve Lamson. Folks, we talk a lot about the spectacular nature of James Bubba Stewart. He is just that. But remember, if you make it to this point, you are a very talented rider. Look at Lamson trying to hold off Millsaps. All the riders I talked to in the pits today, Cameron, said his speed is absolutely amazing. And he rides the bike. You can see him. He's going, wow, got a little squirrely trying to push down on that landing, get everything down the back. That's one thing I will point out. That finish line jump is really curved on the landing. A lot of riders actually electing to land on top and skip off it, because if you do miss it, it is quite a jolt. It throws you down into those whoops. And well, right behind Millsaps is Kelly Smith. He's not giving up. Kelly Smith coming into view, currently sitting in fourth place, but you are watching number 188. That is Davy Millsaps. And I think over the course of the next few years, we'll be saying that name a lot. Out of Cairo, Georgia, on the Suzuki RM125 American Suzuki Motor Corp ride. And a little bit of problem here. Check it out. We talked about that. I'm not sure if he clipped or he just got too far over the bars. It looked like he just clipped the edge. But how good did he hold it together in the whoops? He still kept charging. You saw him look over to make sure no one was over in that line, too. He has kind of an interesting way of riding the bike. He really moves around on it. Actually, James Stewart does that, too. He gets all over the motorcycle. And Millsaps seems like he's always on the attack. I never really saw him ride a lot of Supercross. There's another mistake. Sliding around the corner, not able to get over that tabletop jump and fly out into the flats. So right now, Davy Millsaps is getting his education on Supercross. James Bubba Stewart has checked out, and Millsaps really all over the track right now. He sits in third place right now, which is fantastic for the youngster, only 16 years of age. But it's Stewart, Lamson, and Millsaps, your top three right now. This is heat number 2. We'll step aside from Minnesota when we come back for 125 Heat 2. Welcome back to Minneapolis, Minnesota. There is your leader, James Bubba Stewart. This is 125, heat number 2. And Cameron, the lap times are absolutely amazing. And right there was the triple through the end of that whoop section. I don't know if we'll see anybody else do it. And the white flag is out. Yellow flags are out too. Rider down there in the whoops. But James Stewart negotiating around. And the last lap of 45.1. Holy smokes! Well, he turned in a lap even faster than that earlier, a 44.152. So James Bubba Stewart well on his way to picking up a victory here. This is heat number 2, and the top 9 qualify. You say picking up a victory here, a little bit of foreshadowing. foreshadowing there. You think he's going to win the whole night. You didn't just say in this heat.
I'm just saying, he looks very good. He looked good in practice. He looked good. He's the only guy tripling out. And Cameron, he's just out there having a good run.
Triple again. If he can do that every lap and no one else can do it, that's good for a second, maybe more, because you don't have to slow down to catch that rhythm.
Meanwhile, back in the pack, the yellow flags are out, slowing everyone down. James picks up the checkered flag as the rest of the crew still has not crossed the line. Lampson's still holding out second. There's 188 Davy Millsaps, and Millsaps looks content to grab a third-place finish. So for the youngster, a great performance in his opening run here. He will qualify for the main event, but James Stewart absolutely dominated that field, got the whole shot, and checked out.
Great ride for James, and just continuing. He's got his own freight train rolling already just in the second race. And Steve Lampson on the number 6 Honda. Kudos. Wow.
As we take a look at the final results from heat number 2, it's James Stewart, Steve Lampson, Davy Millsaps, Kelly Smith, and Turbo Reef, your top 5. Remember, the top 9, including Brad Ripple, move on to the main event. Right now, let's send it down to Jamie, who's with James.
Guys, keep in mind, he hasn't ridden all week, been in the hospital sick. James, you annihilated the guys. What are you doing in the rhythm section?
Hey, thing, you know, it takes a lot of balls, so it's a little jump on, jump off, and I just staying it wide open. My Kawasaki got me out to a good start. So it's on, baby. It's on now.
All right, well, James, a little sick, as Jamie alluded to, but Cameron, you pointed out earlier, that section of the track, a triple, that's where he's going to dominate.
If anybody else can get in there and do that, it's really going to have to take them to do it perfectly every lap if they want to battle with him. He just looks so good there.